Hello students of class 8. In this video I am going to continue with the climate sections or climate portions of the North America. In the last video I have explained about the different latitude what are the different controlling factors are there, and then I explained about the latitudinal point. Next in this video I am going to explain about the shape of the continent, means how the shape of the continent is influencing the climate of North America. Okay, so the shape of the continent means shape of the North America is somewhat like triangular in shape. So it has got a very wide section or the very wide portion in the northern part of the North America, and whereas it tapers down in the southern part. As a result of that, it exerts influence on the temperature and rainfall conditions of the places of North America. Now let us see in the map. So this is the map of the North America. So you can see in this map the shape of the North America is somewhat like a triangle. The northern section is wider in shape, and whereas the southern section is tapering in the shape. So this size of the North America greatly influenced the climate of the North America also, because of this wider portion in the northern section. What happens, the central portion of the North America is lying far away from the sea, which is as a result of that, the central portion is enjoying the extreme type of the climate, whereas in the case of the southern portion of the North America, you can see the places are very located near to the sea, which had the influence of the sea in these places. Next point is the distance from sea. So the central part of this continent lies far away from the sea. As a result of that, it enjoys or it experiences extreme type of climate, which we generally called as the continental type of climate too. So in the map you can see that the places of this northern sections of means this particular sections of the North America is lying far away from the sea. So the temperature over here is very much extreme type of. Why it is extreme type? Because the places which are located near to the sea, they get the influence of the sea and the influence of the sea breezes, which keeps the temperature over here in a balance from, because these places are locating far away from the sea. So as a result of that, what happens, the sea breeze cannot reach to this section or these central portions of the North America, and a result of that, the cooling effect of the sea breezes do not reach this particular section, and because the cooling effect does not reach this particular section, what happens, the temperature is of extreme type, and the places over here becomes excessive hot during the winter time and excessive cold during the excessive hot during the summer time and excessive cold during the winter time. The next point is position of the mountain. So we all know that the Rocky Mountain is present in the western part of the North America. The eastern highland is present in the eastern part of our this North America. So the Rockies are present by the sides of the Pacific in a north-south alignment, and this eastern highlands are present by the sides of the Atlantic, and the alignment of this mountain is also in the north-south direction. Okay, so what happens, they prevent the winds, specifically the oceanic influence wind, from entering into the inland areas from the sea. Okay, the polar winds enter North America from north without any obstruction. Why? Because there is no mountain present in the northern sections of the North America, like the Rockies and the Eastern Highland. Okay, so the next is that the temperature over there, as a result of what, the temperature in the northern sections of the North America drops below the freezing point during the time of the winter, because of this influence of the polar winds or the cool polar winds that are coming into this region. Next is that the moisture bearing, there is a wind, moisture bearing wind, and the name of the wind is which comes from this Gulf of Mexico portion. So this wind actually carries a lot of moisture which is capable of causing rainfall. So this also enters the mainland of North America, specifically in the southern section, without any obstruction, because there is also no such mountain present in the southern portion of the North America. Next is the ocean current. So ocean currents are a type of the wind, or it is very much similar like the wind. So the prevailing ocean currents also exert a great influence in the climate of this North America. So there is a ocean currents, and the name of the ocean current is Warm Gulf Stream, which blows along the southeastern coast of the North America. And because the Gulf Stream means the name, because this ocean current is warm in nature, so as a result of that, it keeps the temperature of the southeastern coast of the North America warm. While there is another current named Cold California Current, which blows along the southwestern coast of this North America, keeps the coastal region cool. Why? Because the ocean currents is cold in nature, so it keeps the temperature or the weather condition or other situation of the southwestern coast of North America cool. Okay, so this is all about the influence of the controlling factors of the ocean currents, and also the controlling factors of the climate of the North America. So I'll continue with the rest of the portion in the next video. Thank you everyone.